UFC have announced their return to Abu Dhabi, going down on July 25th. We are back, Abu Dhabi, July 25th. Register your interest now. Here we go again. Why do they do this cringe shit on all of the posts? I remember the Mike Malott one was like a welterweight banger. They do this cringe shit every time, but it's good to see they're going back to Abu Dhabi. Another European time zone fight for the UK fans. This is probably the peak time, as you know, it's on in the evening, not like the Macau card next week where it's on in the morning. Yeah, these cards are always usually stacked in Abu Dhabi. Crowded arenas better than the Apex slot we get. But yeah, in this video, I'm gonna build my proposed card for this event. In the main event, I would like to see Magomed Ankalaev versus Paulo Costa. Title elimination bout. The winner should fight Carlos Ulberg when he's fit and healthy again. I mean, if they don't want to give it to Paulo Costa, Ankalaev is 1,000% going to be on this card. It's been rumored for a couple of months ever since when Alex Pereira knocked him out in the first round. What title reign, but it's been rumored to happen for months that he's going to be on this card, headlining it probably, unless they headline it with Umar, who I've rumored it already, but it's in the profile, it's in the fucking thumbnail, so you know anyway. But Ankalaev should be in the main event, and I'd like to see him fight Paulo Costa, and the reason is because Magomed Ankalaev is a southpaw that favours Paulo Costa even more. Roman Kopylov and Azamat Murzakanov are both southpaws. Paulo Costa is a southpaw's nightmare. The body kicks, the head kicks, his kicking game is incredible against the southpaw. That body kick, the way he destroyed Azamat Murzakanov was beautiful to see. Did the same to Roman Kopylov. And I truly think at light heavyweight, Paulo Costa is a fucking machine. No, the weight bullying sometimes doesn't work for you when you're too weight drained. I just think Paulo Costa's too big of a guy to be fighting at 185. It works in some instances where like Michael Morales, but Paulo Costa's better suited to 205, allows him to be more free flowing on the feet with his incredible kickboxing style. But if they don't want to give Paulo Costa it, they could do Ankalaev v Yuri, Ankalaev v Roundtree, but them fights are fucking boring. Both guys coming off of KO losses. Paulo Costa, well, Ankalaev as well, but Paulo Costa's on the rise. Donald Trump likes him. Dana White likes him. Big hype. Big moment just happened in the what card was it? 327. Put him in there. 5 rounds main event against Magomed Ankalaev. Winner fights Hallberg. I would favour Paulo Costa because people paint Magomed Ankalaev as this incredible wrestler. He's not really that good of a wrestler, and he doesn't use it that much. You only really see him use it against Jan Blachowicz when he fucked up his leg. Paulo Costa could replicate that, nasty leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks. Paulo Costa's probably the better striker, whereas Ankalaev is pretty solid everywhere. You know, bar Pereira, we've seen nobody put him out like that and do him like that. So I'd like to see this fight, 5 rounds, main event, winner fights Carlos Ulberg. On to the co-main event, and I would like to see Umar Nurmagomedov take on Peyton Talbot. This fight's been rumoured to happen, probably likely to happen. Co-main event, whether they do it 5 rounds or 3 rounds. 5 rounds probably favours Umar due to his wrestling style. He's got a good gas tank. Peyton Talbot, solid striker. I mean, he's shown improved grappling against, but that's Henry Cejudo, you know. On paper, that's a good win, but modern day Henry Cejudo is not that good. But, you know, Umar Nurmagomedov's kind of log jammed out the title picture. He had a chance to go out there and get a highlight reel against Figueiredo. Boring fight where he just laid on him. Very cautious, very boring fight, I suppose you could say, against Figueiredo. So they've given, and Merab's earned that trilogy, and I'd argue Sean O'Malley's in the better position for a title fight than Umar Nurmagomedov. However, if he gets a knockout win here, submission win over Peyton Talbot, he's in a great position. But Umar Nurmagomedov's kind of in a rough spot because he's not fought Piotr Jan, he's not going to get a title fight. He's fought Merab, lost to Merab. He's not fought O'Malley. They're not going to put O'Malley and Umar together because they're the two guys they want the title fight. He's fought Sandhagen. He's fought Batista. Uh, he hasn't fought Chito Vera, but he doesn't deserve that. I'm kind of thinking of other guys. David Martinez is the only other guy. He's fought Bautista. There's not really anyone in this division for him to fight near the top of the division. He's fought Figueiredo last time out. So it's really between Peyton Talbot, David Martinez, Chito Vera, Raul Rosas Jr. So he's in a tough position where he's got to fight, but he's not going to fight Jan, Merab, or O'Malley. So he's got to fight down, and he's fought the majority of the guys in that 5 to 10 mark. So very low down for him against Peyton Talbot. I'd favour Umar to probably win this one. He's a good striker, solid everywhere. Probably take Peyton Talbot down. But Peyton Talbot's big, could time a knee up the middle. He's got some nasty kickboxing. But we've seen Raoni Barcelos run a grappling game on him. Cejudo got him down for a moment, but Peyton Talbot's best win's Henry Cejudo. Not great, but he's not had the chance. You know, he got fraud checked by Raoni Barcelos. And Umar Nurmagomedov kind of is Raoni Barcelos, but better, just with better striking. Whereas Barcelos is a good grappler, but his striking's absolute dog shit. Yeah, This should be a good co-main event. I don't know if it'd be 3 or 5 rounds, probably 5, as it's in Abu Dhabi. And Umar's the guy, but if it's 3 rounds, I'd still favour Umar anyway. I'd see Umar winning this. Just tough for Talbot that he's got no one to fight. No, tough for Umar that he's not really got anyone to fight in that 5 to 10 mark. But that would be a good co-main event. Big chance of paying Talbot, but I think Umar Nurmagomedov gets it done. So Ankalaev versus Costa and Umar Talbot on my co-main and main event. Let's get on to the rest of the main card. So first off in the feature fight I have got, this has been already made, Rizvan Kuniev versus Taro Fortune. I mean, how could you not do Rizvan Kuniev versus Taro Fortune? What a fight this is. Such a lot of hype. You know, 2 incredible heavyweights, lots of finishes. Neither of them get finishes. Rizvan Kuniev goes quite under the radar of how terrorist-like a performance that was versus Jailton Almeida from his point of view. Jailton Almeida got the majority of the shit for that because he's got a reputation to do it. But Rizvan Kuniev has had 2 absolute fucking stinkers back-to-back in the UFC. Yeah. Split decision loss to Curtis Blades where he did nothing really. And then the Almeida fight, which is fight of the year so far for me. He's then going, what is he, number 6, number 7? That's not funny anymore. I'm glad that they've made him fight down. He doesn't really deserve no Volkov, Aspinall, Pavlovich, nothing like that. Although maybe Pavlovich would have been a better fight. I want to make a video in the week about Pavlovich's next fight. But taking on Taro Fortune, got a win, short notice against Machin Taibura. Mick Parkin was robbed. You know, how did he get the nod, but Mick Parkin doesn't? But this fight's probably going to be pretty fucking boring. I wouldn't have made this. The UFC have already made it. Just some lean Kuniev decision. He's better mixing the grappling. Taro Fortune's pretty low out. No, Taibura had some success against Taro Fortune. To be honest, I don't really give a shit. This fight shit. But Abu Dhabi guy, Russian, Muslim, you know, they seem to be the same in the fan base's eyes when, you know, a Muslim guy wins. All the Indians, Pakistanis, Russians seem to take it as their own win. It's not like Tom Aspinall winning and UK guys getting excited, but, you know, this is what is in the feature fight. I wouldn't have made this. The UFC have already booked. It's going to be on the main card, 2 highly ranked heavyweights. Pretty mid fight. Next up, I've got with, again, another made fight, which I wouldn't have made. Ramazan Tamirov versus Steve Erceg. Why the fuck is Steve Erceg fighting down? And why the fuck is Tamirov still in the UFC? The guy's a drug cheat. Talking of drug cheats, Rizvan Kuniev is a drug cheat as well. No banning of that. You know, straight get rid of Makayev straight away because he said something bad to a UFC staff member. But, you know, we'll allow Kuniev, Tamirov back in the UFC. Ridiculous. Well, I mean, I wonder what region the fight is in and what region these fighters are from. That wouldn't surprise you, but this is an alright fight. I'm a bit worried for Steve Erceg because Tamirov's actually a solid guy. Beat Charles Johnson and CJ Vergara, then popped for PEDs. He's actually a good fighter. Erceg shouldn't really be fighting down. However, I can understand it. He's beaten Team Elliott convincingly, but he looked mid against Ade Osborne. And that's what worries me for Erceg. He should beat Ramzan Tamirov. But I'd say Ramzan Tamirov has the higher finishing potential. I've just, watch back Ramzan Tamirov versus CJ Vergara, the way he finished him, and watch back Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. Absolutely identical. So I'm worried for Erceg, but I think Erceg is too defensively sound. If Tamirov tries to mix in the grappling, Erceg's got good grappling defense now. I think Erceg would win a decision, but who knows? What they're doing to my boy Erceg. Yeah, another crap fight the UFC have made, but one I have made myself. And the debut of Chanko, Magomed Zukhanov. I don't know if you guys know that is his actual name. I didn't. I actually thought his name was Chanko. But fighting, I put him up against Matt Frivola, just some mid-lightweight. I just want to say, he's a funny guy. The memes are funny. He's not that good. Just because he trains with Makachev, he's not that good. He's got a lot of decisions on the record. He's not exactly a power puncher. He's got good accolades in Muay Thai. But in MMA, he's not that good. He went to war in the Contender Series against someone not all that. He's a good striker. Grappling question marks. But I do believe he's UFC level. We look at the state of some of the lightweights in the division he could fight. Matt Frivola, for example, I put him up against. That's a winnable fight. He's got a better striker. Frivola could mix in the grappling, but I'd favour Magomed Chanko Zukhanov. Chanko rolls off the tongue better, but yeah, he needs to make his debut. Where better place than in Abu Dhabi? Obviously, we could do him at UFC 330. That's presumably where Islam Makhachev's going to fight. But I think they want to do it in Abu Dhabi, big name. Maybe that's probably a reason that, you know, this fight could be on 330, but I'd like to see it on this card. Big name, Chenko's debut, opening up the main card. Why not? So that is the main card. We're going to move on to the prelims now. And headlining the prelims, I've got a fight that's already been made. What the fuck versus Thomas Peterson. Walter Walker, what are you doing, buddy? Why aren't you fighting ranked guys? You know, pulled out against Marcin Tybura, Greek fighter Marcin Tybura. Pulled out last time there. That's when Tyrell Fortune obviously come in. But why are we now fighting Thomas Peterson? Thomas Peterson's not good. Yes, he's beaten Guilherme Pat last time out, but he didn't look good in that fight in the first round, round 2 and 3. Now, when the train gets rolling, Thomas Peterson can be good. But you know, when I think of when I think of Thomas Peterson, I just think of the Shamil Gaziev fight and the Vitor Pestrino fight, where he just gets brutally knocked out. You know, he's not got many good wins. I think to beat Dontel Mays, guys like that. He will beat the bottom of the barrel heavyweights. And Walter Walker's not a bottom of the barrel heavyweight. He's a predominantly he wants to take you down, but I can see him trying to take down Walter Walker. Walter Walker pulls for a leg, gets a heel hook, or just gets him up against the cage, pulls for a heel hook, gets it. Because these heavyweights just don't know how to defend heel hooks. What do I want to say? Walter Walker hasn't fought in a while. UFC 321, where he beat the mighty Louis Sutherland. That winner's age well for Walter Walker. Smudged Tai Tuivasa, vintage Marab. Is that heavyweight Marab against Tai Tuivasa? But no, Walter Walker should get an easy heel hook here. This fight's already been made. I don't know why. I wouldn't have made this. I don't know why he's fighting such low level comp. Maybe he wants to get back in there. He hasn't fought in a while. Wants to get the momentum back going. And then get another fight by the end of the year against a ranked guy. But a bit of weird matchmaking. But fair enough, Walter Walker. You get that money. I mean, he's publicly said he doesn't really care about the belt. Just wants to make money. Doesn't want to fight anyone good. So at least he's living up to the word of it. Next fight I would like to see is this one's already been made as well. Ismael Bonfim versus Axel Solar. A good scrap, but come on. Axel Solar just went to war with Mason Jones. I respect the jump down. I'm surprised he's actually on this card. I thought he'd have sat out and waited till the Paris card they always do in France. Paris card they always do in France. Paris card they always do in September. But fair play, he's getting back in there pretty quick. Took a lot of damage against Mason Jones. I saw it in the flesh. Nasty cut on his eye. But it was an absolute scrap, and I do truly believe that Axel Solar was close to beating Mason Jones. And I do believe he's going to smoke Ismael Bonfim. Ismael Bonfim, he's not that good. Nothing like his brother. You know, he's got a good win. He's got a couple of good wins on the resume. You know, the Terrence McKinney head kick KO, the flying knee. But last time out, he got destroyed by Chris Padilla. Who else? Who else has he lost to? Sadikov got him out there in the first round. I can see Axel Solar getting a KO here. He's a very good striker. Good kicks. I think he's too well rounded, too crafty for Ismael Bonfim, who he's pretty mid. Yeah, mid fight. I can understand the step down for Axel Solar. I'm surprised it's on this card though, but Axel Solar should be getting back on the win streak here. Next up, this one's already been made as well. Brenderson Ribeiro versus what's this guy's name? Saigid Izgak. No, that's not his name. Magomed Tushalov. Rolls off the tongue. 6-0 at UAE Warriors. Got 6 finishes. Fair play. Get him in the UFC. Put him against the alright guy. Nah. Put him against he's not alright. A bottom of the barrel guy, Brenderson Ribeiro. You know, we see Brenderson Ribeiro's resume. Losses to Agdul Rakhmanyakayev, Zhang Mingyang, Azmat Mirzakhanov, Umar Sy. You know, he's only beating bottom of the barrel guys. So if this guy, Tuchelov, can come in the UFC, knock him out, he's in good competition, you know. You have to be pretty decent. No, you don't. You have to be above bottom of the barrel guy for a light heavyweight to beat Ribeiro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I've never seen him fight in my life. He's from the UAE. That's why they've signed him. But he is 6-0, so it's fair enough. I don't know who to pick there. I'll have to watch some of his tape, but an okay fight. Get Ribeiro at the UFC if he loses. He's 2-5 in the UFC. But you could get a fraud check as he's beaten by like Nugayev, was that guy from Uzbekistan. He's crafty, you know, he looked alright against Rakhmanyakayev, but who knows? He's not that good. I don't know enough about that guy to make a pick yet. Headline in the opening up the prelims even. I would like to see Khabib 2.0, Naro Aliyev's versus Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert said he wants to be active. To be a good fight for Naro Aliyev. He's 11-0. He's not really fought anyone good. You know, the mighty Shaquem Rock last time out, Joe Selecki before that, Rafael Alves, I think, before that. So he's undefeated. He's got this impressive record, but he's not fighting no one good. Jai Herbert isn't exactly, he's not no future champ, no killer, but he's a solid guy. Been in there with some good comp. Ilya Taporia, Fred Ziam, Ludovic Klein, guys like that. Good win last time out against Mandel Nallo, but I don't think he beats Naro Aliev. You know, Naro Aliev's the typical lay and pray guy. Got some crafty striking, but it was against Shamrock, so we have to take it with a pinch of salt. Just tagging up Shamrock. He's going to look to take Jai Herbert down. But I do want to say Jai Herbert looked good in his last fight. However, that's because Mandel Nallo pushed an incredible pace that he couldn't sustain. wild striking. Aliev doesn't fight like that. He's going to look to take Jai Herbert down. I could probably see him doing it here, but who knows? Aliev's not fought no one that good. You know, his best win is Shamrock and Joe Selecki. I'd say Jai Herbert's better than Shamrock and Joe Selecki, but who knows? That'd be a decent fight on the prelims. So yeah, that is my prelims. Moving on now to the final segment of the video, the early prelims. And headlining the early prelims, I would like to see Orban Elliott versus Sagid Izgakmiev. Yeah, I've not just casted a spell. That's this guy's name. He's a trains with Khabib, part of that team in Makalachcha, Dagestan, Russia. But he's not that good either. Now this Khabib team, they just because they've created Umar, Islam, and Habib himself, doesn't mean that every single guy that trains with Khabib. You know, I could train with Khabib. I'm not going to be a UFC world champ. This guy's not that good. He's solid. He's 22-3. In his debut, had a close fight with Nicholas Dalby, but Nicholas Dalby's okay. You know, he's UFC quality. And if you've got to be something special to beat Nicholas Dalby, he's very like Randy Brown, guys like that. You've got to be something special. He's a good grappler, but I would favour Orban Elliott on the feet here. But Orban Elliott's not beaten no one of name really in the UFC. You know, his best win's probably Basil Hafez, Val Woodburn. Now he's on a 2-fight losing streak. His Gakmev's on a losing streak. Put it on this card. You know, Orban Elliott's has problems with wrestlers. Song Hyun KO. Mikalev subbed him. His Gakmev had problems with a striker in Dalby. It's a good step down for both guys. Both these guys are solid. And yeah, that'd be a good fight to headline the early prelims. Muslim guy, a UK guy. Decent fight in the welterweight division. The welterweights? Yeah, welterweights. Second fight in the early prelims, and this is who doesn't love Song Hyun Kyo? Jusung Park, the Iron Turtle. Who doesn't love the Iron Turtle? I'd like to see him take on a prospect, though, sadly for him. Cesar Alexandric. Yes, that's Mikhail Alexandric's brother. He's a very good grappler himself. In his debut, smudged Cesar Almeida. That's understandable because Cesar Almeida cannot grapple. But this would be a good fight. Both guys solid grapplers. Jusong Park is crafty as they come. You know, an underrated shout for craftiest vet of the UFC. That'd be a good fight. And you've got to be good to beat some. I keep all these fucking names. Jusong Park. You know, he's only lost decent prospects. You know, Andre Muniz, Ikram Aliskerov, Cesar Alexandric. Could lose to Cesar Alexandric. Robocop, Fluffy. You know, he's got good wins over Nardiev, Brad Tavares, etc. You've got to be something special to beat Jusong Park. Alexandric probably would have the advantage here, but you know, who knows? He's crafty. He's an unk. That'd be a good fight in the middleweight division. Next up on the early prelims, I want to see. You know, there's always a women's fight. Well, not always, but I'd assume they would be on this card. And I want to see ranked flyweights, Casey O'Neill and Miranda Maverick. This is a solid fight. Casey O'Neill building herself back up after a 2-fight losing streak, beating Luana Santos. That's a crafty win at the time. I keep saying crafty. A solid win at the time. She's a good grappler, good prospect. She's ranked now. And just beat Gabriela Fernandez by KO. You know, we're not really seeing much striking from Casey O'Neill. Good KO win. She's very well rounded. Miranda Maverick herself is very well rounded. Good striker, decent grappler. Last time out, she got a big jump up. She hasn't fought in a while. Against what's her fucking name? Rose Namajunas didn't win that one. That'd be a good fight. Number 9 v number 11. You know, O'Neill deserves a slight jump up. Maverick deserves a slight jump down. Should be a decent fight in the flyweight division. And opening up the card, just your typical European light heavyweight slop. Salty Baldia versus Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan needs a fight now. Probably fighting for his career. He's not lived up to the hype. The Turkish power is not that good, clearly. Salty Baldiev's okay. Nothing special. Ibo Aslan, he's a brawler and he's not the best at that. Ira Baraneski, as you saw, got the better of him. But that would be a decent light heavyweight scrap. 2 European guys in the UFC. Yeah. That is my card. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you guys think? Drop a like, subscribe, a comment, all that good stuff. And goodbye.